Hi everyone. What I'm about to talk about is not to instill any fear or anxiety, okay, in anyone. Anything I post or share is never to instill fear or anxiety in anyone. Everything I share is only for empowerment, positivity, love, and light, spirituality, bringing you closer to God, higher power, the universe, whatever you believe in, bringing you up to your higher self as well, and living a more positive and healthy and joyous, peaceful life. Okay? So I want to talk about duality. And everything has duality. There's light, there's dark. There's right, there's wrong. There's positive, there's negative, right? There's, the opposite of everything, yin, yang, and so on and so forth. And then it comes down to good and evil. Okay? There is good and evil. For those that believe in God or believe in a higher power, they know that there is good and evil. And I'll tell you, before I even begin to talk about this, the good will always win. The light will always win, because God is the only true power. The light will always prevail. So we have to be careful, because negative forces, negative energies, entities, evil forces, evil energies and entities can come in through different gateways. One of the biggest is addiction. Alcohol. I mean, it's called spirits for a reason, right? So, like I posted in, I don't know, a few weeks ago, about the importance of health and, have your drinks, enjoy your life, sure. It's when you let the alcohol control you and you become addicted and you become dependent on it and you live for it completely. That becomes a gateway, because alcohol and drugs lower your vibrational levels. They lower the dopamine in your brain. They lower your sense of awareness, right? That's why sometimes if you get quite tipsy, maybe even drunk, you might start crying or become volatile or angry. Not always. I mean, it just happens sometimes, and there's things that's inside of you. It's called truth serum for a reason. Things come out. Things boil up to the surface and they get released. Or liquid courage, right? You do things you wouldn't normally do, right? But this is a gateway, because when you're in that lower state, that's when the negative forces and the evil forces can start to come in. And there's different levels to this. I'm sure you probably know about, the history and the facts of true spiritual stories about people being possessed by demons, people being possessed by evil spirits, and they've required an exorcism. This is the truth. These are facts. You can look it up. This is truth. Again, this is not to instill fear or anxiety. And if anybody wants to think I've gone crazy or delusional, I don't care. I'm here to spread the truth. That's God's truth. And I will speak the truth freely. So it is real. It is true. And we're human. We're going to have fears. We're going to have doubts. We're going to be tempted to do things. Most of us were born in sin, meaning our parents weren't married, right? Probably most of us, some of us. It's just a part of human nature. It's a part of this 3D world. It's human. But it's when the fears become so insidious and so dark that you're spiraling, and it's almost out of nowhere. You're having a great day, everything's going well, all of a sudden these fears start coming around. And it's like, where did this come from? Like, this makes no sense. And I'm not saying this is always the case of evil spirits, okay, or possession or anything like that, but it's being aware of this. Knowledge is power. Okay? Knowledge is power. And being aware that if you let yourself dwell in these negative energies of fear, of doubt, of anxiety, of depression, it can really spiral. And that's when you become a gateway. You become an open gateway for what I'm speaking about, negative forces to come in. Okay? And we don't want that. We don't want that. Absolutely not. But I'm sure you can probably maybe relate to this. Like I said, there's been a day like you've just had these irrational fears, random irrational fears come out of nowhere, or doubts, or depression, or sadness, or sorrow. And it's like, where's this coming from? Like, I was fine and I'm having a great day. Right? So this brings me to another point where don't dwell in this energy. Don't dwell in it. It's okay to feel your feelings, feel them so you can face them and then release them, because holding it inside is just going to fester. That's no good either. So feel them and then release them and let them go. And question them. Question them, you know? Sure. This brings me to another point. That's why it's good to keep your energy clean and clear. And there's different techniques to do this. And some of you probably already know what I'm going to say. And it's saging your home, you know, with actual sage. Going around your whole home, saging the whole home, chanting, speaking things like, I am divinely protected. I remove all negative energies and entities. I bring in light and love, so on and so forth. Whatever you want to say that resonates with you, it needs to resonate with you, that you feel is truthful and powerful. And you're doing this regularly, at least once a week. And if you're around a lot of people, maybe twice a week. If you're anything like me, I am an empath. I'm like a sponge. I pick up energies. I've learned the hard way with this, okay? And all this that I'm speaking of is through experience. All of it is through experience. And a lot of wisdom I picked up along the way. So we're cleaning our homes. We're keeping our homes clean. That's cleanliness is next to godliness, right? So keep your homes clean. Cleanse your home. Sage your home. Open the windows. Don't have them all closed in the winter all the time. You know, even just a crack to keep the air flowing and circulating, right? And do salt baths at least once a week. This goes way back to ancient times. Salt is a cleanse. It's a natural cleaner. It removes negative energies, negative spirits. It's spiritual, it's divine, it's cleanse in its natural form, cleaning in its natural form, a purifier in its natural form. So what you're doing when you're soaking in the bath for at least 20 to 30 minutes, pretty hot, at least a full cup of salt. Epsom salts are nice too. And you're soaking for 20 to 30 minutes. And this is a purification. And again, if you can speak positive affirmations, it just enforces it even more. As I've always spoken about in a lot of my videos, your words are powerful, and what you speak has power. It carries your breath, it carries your life force, it carries your life energy. It's your essence of who you are. Right? It's called spelling for a reason. You're casting spells with your words. And the closer you are to God, the closer you are to a higher power, the closer you are to believing in a higher power, into God, into the forces of the universe, the more you are a target, because the dark always tries to interfere. Evil will always try to interfere. And if you're a prophet of God, a messenger of God, an earth angel, spreading light, spreading love, spreading truth, like myself, then you are an easy target. Again, this is not to live in fear or anxiety or stress or doubt or anything like that, okay? This is just to make you aware that stay in the light, stay in positivity, you know, believe in a higher power. Believe in a higher power, because there is, I assure you. I assure you there is. I'm not here to convince anyone, okay, or impose my truth on anyone. Whoever wants to listen, you're free. You're free to listen. It's yours or not. Take the knowledge, take the wisdom. It's up to you. But God gave us free will, right? God gave us free will. That's why we are free to do what we want, think what we want. But in most cases, there is a consequence, because if you're going to dabble into things that bring you down or don't make you feel good, which is thoughts, feelings, too much drinking, too much drugs, mixing with the wrong people, being involved in chaos and drama and negativity, it's going to bring you down. It's insidious. And it's also contagious. Okay? Just like good is. So basically, I mean, I could go on forever and say a lot, and I don't want to get too deep and too dark with this, but just stay in the light. Be aware to stay in the light. Be aware to stay positive. Be aware to protect yourself. Set boundaries with other people. Don't be around people that are negative or draining or bring you down or try to manipulate you or try to control you, or they're always in a negative space. All they want to do is complain. They're ill. Don't surround yourself. It's not your job to fix people. It's your job to inspire others by taking good care of yourself and by spreading truth and light and love. Don't take on more than you can hold. It's not your duty. It's not your job. So set boundaries. Set boundaries with yourself even. When you start to spiral in the negative thinking, when you start to spiral in the fears and the doubts and anxiety and depression, don't dwell in that space. You know it doesn't feel good. There's a reason why it doesn't feel good. You know why? Because it doesn't align with your truth. When you were born as a baby, you had no fears, no doubts, no negativity, no anxiety, nothing. Everything that is in you now is what's been accumulated over your years of living. Nobody's born with fears. We're in a natural, pure state of love when we are born. No matter what we came from or what we came into, we are pure. And it's always returning back to that natural state. Always, always, always returning back to that natural state. Keep your energy clean. Keep your life clean. Keep your mind clean. Keep your body clean. Feed yourself good, healthy, natural foods. That keeps your vibration high, keeps you feeling good, keeps you healthy. And I'm speaking from a lot of experience, The deeper I go, the more spiritual I become, the more aware I become, the more peaceful I become, the more I really get to know what works and what doesn't, what to stay away from, what to bring into my life. And this is what I want to share with the world. I want to help the world. I want to up-level the world, uplift the world, heal the world, but not in a place of sacrifice, not in a place where it's draining me, not in a place where I have any expectations except to shed light on everything. I tried to do this video outside in my backyard. It was too windy. Every time I went to speak, the wind would pick up. Right? And don't just think everything is a coincidence. Everything has meaning. Everything has meaning. Nothing is a coincidence. Okay? Everything has meaning. It's the universe, God speaking to you through symbols, through synchronicities, through repetitive messages, repetitive numbers, repetitive phrases, repetitive dreams. Whatever it is, if it's repetitive, it's a message that's trying to get to you. And you should probably take it in and look into it, research it if you need to, and listen. It's only going to better you. It's only going to better you. So I trust that this will do people good and open your mind, not to fear, to the power that you hold. You have the power to feel good. You have the power to keep feeling good. And you have the power to say no. Say no to what does not serve you, around you and within you. It's the only way you're going to have true peace is if you take a stand against what doesn't bring you peace, doesn't give you peace, doesn't keep you in peace. You have to take a stand. The more you do it, the better you become at it, the more natural you are, like anything in life. Practice makes perfect. So I trust that this will help someone and inspire someone, and share this video, share to others. And if you want one-on-one coaching to help heal, to help transform your life for the better, to help step more into your power, I have a lot to share and I can help you. Message me directly here on Facebook or Instagram. I will not respond to comments about that. Okay, if you're serious, you can message me directly and we can work one-on-one together. Otherwise, I'm wishing you a beautiful day. Make the best of today. We're alive once, live once. Every moment is a special occasion. Don't save your great clothes for a special occasion. Wear them anyways. Don't save your jewelry for a great occasion. Wear it anyways. Don't save your cutlery for a special occasion, because every moment you're alive is a special occasion. Every day you're alive is a special occasion. If you're young and healthy, cherish it. One day we'll be older and maybe not so healthy. Or we'll just be older, we won't be so capable. Enjoy your life. You were given life. Enjoy it. Make the best of it. Look for the positivity in everything. Look for the silver lining in everything. Learn the lessons, because lessons learned are not lessons repeated. And the lesson will keep repeating itself till you do learn. And nothing changes until you do. Okay? So, wishing you a great day. Until next time. Bye.